Chasing dreams down that open road. Living fast, baby, all I know. Daddy told me gotta give it my all. Cause we're some blue-collar outlaws. We're living life at full speed, there's no pacing. Midwest lifestyle, Ohio grudge racing. Taking home the money wide open on that open road. It's full throttle since the baby bottle, baby, this is all I know. And overload, tires roll, tell them I want all the smoke. Slow pokes will choke in my rear view. Adios, run your car, not your mouth, put your money where your motor is. Heavy hitters, dream killers, kill shot, hold them still, told them chill, we on fire. Life is lit with rocket fuel, stop it fool. Blue-collared outlaws, who think you talking to? Winning attitude all on the line and we ain't about to lose. Beat the brake pads off, knock your car off out the shoes. Line them out, chalk them up, underdogs on top again. Never say die, we from Columbus, so we gotta win. Hard working, fast running outlaws and street racing. All your dreams is in my tail lights, you can keep chasing.
What's up, everyone? It's Monday. Yay. My man, Eddie. He knows what's up. Everyone, please help us out. Share this post. You know, it's the best way to help us grow, and it costs you nothing but a button push. We always appreciate it. How you doing, brother? Mark, how you doing? I appreciate that, man. I tell you, so this was GORT's second outing, and we had it in Alabama, and everybody loved it. And then, we got rave reviews this weekend. So I think we'll probably be seeing more of GORT, and I'm sure we'll probably see some knockoffs coming soon. But just remember who did the first one. It's like it don't matter. I'm just glad everybody enjoyed it and we had fun. What up? Double dipping. Brian, what's up, homie? Keith, how's it going? Scott, how you doing, buddy? Yes, it is. We'll be doing some stuff with that here soon. I gotta get Kyle to stay in Central Ohio area, but we're going to be bringing a lot of. We're going to be doing quite a bit with that this year. James, how's it going, buddy? Oh, that's right. Are you still in Texas? So it was a little bit chilly. Wind, really, the temperature wasn't bad. The wind was blah. That was what was hurting me. Oh, that's good. We missed you. And I promise you, Joe didn't win more than $20. It was unfortunate. I don't know. The math just mathed a certain way, and the payout was only $20. I promise you. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, I felt a lot better, So last week I told everybody I messed my back up. So come to find out, I didn't know this was a thing. When I was working out, I pulled 2 ribs out of place in my back. So it made it real hard which I thought that if you guys remember, I said, man, it feels like bruised or fractured ribs, which I've already had that several times, but now we can add pulling them out of place to the list because, So I go to the chiropractor every Wednesday anyhow, and I told him about it, and I just thought it was muscles or whatever. And he felt around. He said, no, you popped 2 of them out of place. And then he popped them back in for me, which I didn't know that was a thing as well. So there you go. Now you guys know. I'm probably 90% right now. I took all last week off from the gym just to make sure I didn't make anything worse. But yeah, apparently you can pull ribs out of place. Who knew? What's up, brother? How you doing? Adam, how's it going? So I had a great time. Great car count, all things considered, for a cold April race, right? I mean, in this region, racing in April scarce. I didn't experience it, but I had quite a few people tell me that it snowed in various parts of Michigan that morning. We didn't see any at the track. I didn't see any on my trip up. But yeah, it was mid 40s, mid high 40s all most of the day, but the wind was just blah, and it made my back hurt. You know, all my muscles were contracting from it, and it did make my back hurt a little bit. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing, man. I was like, and listen, when he popped him back in place, I felt him move. It didn't hurt when he did it. In my instance, I'm not saying that's going to be the same for everybody else if you ever experience this, but went right back into place, and I felt a lot better immediately, but not 100%. But man, it probably took away, putting them back probably took away 30 or 40% of the pain I was experiencing, and it didn't hurt to breathe anymore. That was a plus. Still hurt to cough and sneeze, though. I don't know. If you've never had fractured or bruised ribs, or thank God I've never had broken ribs, I can't imagine that one. Yeah, it sucks. Oh, I bet. I really was. Yeah. It was something else. I don't ever want to experience it again. I'll just say that. Oh man. So we had a lot of good times, man. I got some feedback. You know, I was running 3 to 5 seconds like I said I would, and some people felt that was a little quick. And so I readjusted and slowed it down. And I also had a few things where first 2 rounds, I had a ton of people jump. I had one race where both of them jumped probably a full second before I even hit the button. So I think it's kind of a learning curve for everybody. I ended up switching from 3 to 5 seconds to like 4 to 6 seconds. And that seemed to make everybody a little bit happier. So I always welcome feedback, and I'm always happy to adjust and make it the best experience for you guys as possible. I know, you know, all the work that's involved in getting to the track and all that stuff. And I want to do my part to make everything the best experience possible. I'm grateful that Mike gave me the opportunity to come up there. He was in a pinch and needed someone, and I'm just glad it was me, because I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. And you know, we had let's see here. I got a couple clips real quick here too. Mike sent me some tire crack footage. So here's one. For those of you who don't know what GORT is, you know, it's a portable tree I made, and it's just instant green. It's a fancy flashlight on a pole with wind lights for each lane. And you know, I had this vision, and I talked to a few people, and they saw the vision and helped me make it happen. You know, Young and Boosted, RPM Plumbing, and Racetronics all helped the cause tremendously, because this was not cheap to build. I mean, if you saw it, you were there. this wasn't just some cheap thing I slapped together with some 2x4s or whatever. I mean, it's all nice, thick aluminum, sturdy construction. Everything's weather's tight. Everything is marine grade and industrial. So, I mean, the freaking cord that goes to the go right lane, left lane box, you know, the little pigtail cord, that was like $150. It's only 6 foot long and stretches out to 10. But, you know, it needs to be military spec and as heavy duty and reliable as possible for all of you guys. Yeah, it wasn't bad. Oh, well, we got this Diana. Let's just get rid of her. Oh, what the heck this is. Diana, what are you? Are you spam? Yeah, the wind was what got me, man. Yep, so that was GORT. Oh. Yep, so that was GORT at PYOP. And here I got a couple video clips. I'm always in shorts. My legs was fine. It was my stupid back was the real issue. Nothing, you're just in time. So yeah, here's a clip of it. So you can see it in action. This is the tire track camera. Probably the best angle to view it.
Left lane. Oh! Got a twin wheel car.
So you can see, there's no way you're not seeing that light. It lights up the entire starting line. Every person, every car is just flooded with green light. And then, yeah, thanks, buddy. You see in this clip that it has lane wind lights. Because, you know, at every race I've ever been to, it doesn't matter who's putting it on, unless they have an announcer on the PA system, inevitably everybody's always yelling, what lane, even if somebody has a flashlight and they're jamming it at the winning lane. So I did those. Those are actually fire truck lights, and they have a bunch of different settings, but I just chose the one that rotates around. I thought that'd be the most visible for everybody. And I think it worked out well. I got a lot of positive feedback on it. Yeah, well, I was pretty consistent on most stuff, and then I varied some things. And you know, I think part of it is racers are always trying to read somebody with a flashlight in their hand, whether they got it up on their hand or you know, it's coming up. Like, I've heard every story, I've heard every version, and the thing is, I'm just standing there with the switch behind my back, and I just pointed to 2 cars and put my hand down, and then I hit the button. So it's very hard to read. I did a lot of research, and really, you know, kind of Limpy, that's kind of how he does. He's got the switch behind his back, and he's got the headband, of course. But he's very hard to read. So, you know, I wanted to emulate that. And then I looked at all the things that people complained about, and I wanted to eliminate those as much as possible. So I kind of cherry picked the best of everything I could think of, and eliminated the worst of everything I could think of. And then I ran everything by a handful of people, and they gave me some more suggestions. And I think we covered just about everything. I mean, it was pretty badass, man. And like I said, there's absolutely no way you're not going to see that light. And in my version, so like with the headbands, I've seen where a wire has come loose or something, and it's caused a problem. So that was one of the things that I made sure to be redundant on. So I have 4 different LED lights inside of there. So if one light happens to burn out, there's still 3 more to go, or something goofy happens and 2 lights or 3 lights, you know what I mean? In theory, out of those 4, at least one should light up, and we should be good. But I also carry replacement lights with me, and that's like a 15-minute fix to swap out. If so, you know, everything's like on soldered harnesses, plug and play. It's just a matter of taking it apart and getting access to where those lights mount inside. Let's see, here's another one. So I only got a few here that Mike sent me, so I'll just play all of them for you guys real quick, and then we'll move on to start talking to our winners here. Here it is in daylight. What's up, bud? How you doing? 10:30. It was over about 10:30. So then we got this last one. Did I do? Oh, nope.
What you got? Yeah, good on him open. Pretty good. Yeah. I think Chris been kind of hard, but good.
I don't know. I'm gonna say last.
That lane is great though.
It is.
That's the only thing.
I don't know.
Fucking Jeff got it! Can you believe that shit?
Well, that I'll tell you, that was one thing that impressed me, is how smart and how smart racers have become, and how much evolution there has been had to backwards no prep racing over the last, especially like 2 years. Last year was a huge leap. Everybody was going a lot faster and a lot more consistently. And the surface was so cold. And granted, there's a decent amount of rubber down, but nonetheless, that surface was so cold. And man, these guys were killing it. And by second round, everybody was flying, and every pass or every round just got faster and faster. And the racing, and a lot of the racing got tighter and tighter, unless it was somebody knocked a tire off or somebody slept or something. Man, it was amazing. It was amazing racing all day. And this guy right here was pretty much on point all day, on the light good, and making good passes. So this is your winner, Jeff, for
What's
small
up?
tire. And want you to introduce yourself, Jeff. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and a little bit about the car.
All right. For those that don't know, I'm Jeff. We live up in Flint, Michigan. Before we got this car, actually, most people know me from the GTR that I had. We did a lot of time with hard tire in all the PYOP and prep events. That was a ton of fun with the GTR, but after the first year, Mike changed the rules, kind of kicked all-wheel drive out of that, and was super bummed that we didn't get to race for a few years, basically in any class with all-wheel drive. So ditched the car, picked up the Camaro. It's actually built by Kenny Dangler. Picked it up from him at the end of last year. It's a 99 Camaro, stock bore, big single turbo, 8.8 rear end, super basic setup.
And so wait, you picked the car up at the end of last year. So how
End of
many
last year.
how many outings have you had with the car then?
So it was late last year when we got it. And I mean, maybe we made 3 races, maybe. And then we started the year at Killcare, which was a disaster. Then we went to Cincy Street Nights. That was super fast track. It was interesting. Did Ubley, and then ended up here at PYOP Prep, and we really struggled for those first 3 races. It was tough, that's for sure.
Well, I'd say it's very impressive for your 4th race out, considering the field of cars, because there was no slouches. There's no gimmies at all in that entire field of cars. And there's quite a few regulars that know that track well and who do well.
I felt like every car we drew was just a killer. Like it was just one after another. Drawing Miguel first was like, and he's a friend of mine. I just knew like, all right, he's won plenty of these events. Like this is it. The only advantage we had was first pair down the track in a car. I mean, my car is a relatively low power car versus him. I mean, that was the only advantage we had. Bare surface, first race, first pass.
Yeah, but that it's probably the only person that has like mega crazy power is John.
Yeah,
that gets down there pretty easily, or well, makes it look easy anyways. But you really don't need a ton of power to do well there.
No, and John tunes the car. John has helped me all along the way since I picked it up. So he's been a huge help ever since I got it. Maybe that has helped the learning curve.
Yeah, he's a smart dude. And well, he knows that track, so it's definitely a good resource to have in your pocket then.
Right.
So how did you feel about the track as you were progressing?
First pass of the day was slow. I mean, like I said, we were first pair. I drew actually first pair every single round. But first pair was slow, it was a little slippery. By the second round, it was killer. I mean, backside of Island, it comes around pretty fast. And by the end of the night, I mean, it was still good. We were fighting with temps. I mean, it had to be, I didn't look, but it had to be in the 30s by the time the finals went. So we were worried if that was going to affect the track at all, but it didn't.
No, I was absolutely amazed at how well the track held and how consistent it seemed to be, or how consistently it seemed to progress the entire day.
Right.
Every round got faster and the racing got tighter, and it was like everybody was sharing data. Yeah, put the 560 in it. Put the 580 in it over the PA system or something, because it was a lot of really close races.
Yeah, I mean, I felt like every race, everybody was, I mean, the video shows was right at the quarters, I felt like. So I'd get down to the end of the race. I was like, are they still at the starting line? Like, fuck no, they were like right here. Shit. So
yeah, it was a great time, man. I had a great time.
Yeah, the starting line really came around fast. I mean, the 60-foot was there. It was just playing around with the tune at the end of the track or the second half of the track.
Yeah. Yeah. So so Dangler built the car.
Dangler built the car. We made a few adjustments after we got it. So the end of last year, we just ran it exactly how it was. car had no cage in it. Dangler had these badass subs in the back of it. I mean, this was a street car, like through and through. Underglows on it, still has them on there. I wish I would have turned them on for the last pass. I mean, it was a street car through and through. And so we just ran it the way it was at the end of last year, threw a cage in it, put a different turbo in it, made some adjustments, and hopefully came into this year swinging. And I mean, to say that I was stoked about this win, especially at such a big event, would be an understatement. So,
oh yeah, no, that's a huge accomplishment, man. You guys did a great job, and I mean, you look good in that clip I just played. I mean, that wheelie in 30-degree weather. You know what I mean? You guys got that thing figured out pretty well.
It was nice.
We got time.
Yeah, we got super lucky that we drew the bye into the finals. And so we just kind of threw everything at it the pass beforehand. And I mean, it didn't really take it. So we got a ton of good data off of that pass. But it was, I mean, chip draw have to get lucky every now and then.
Nice. So who helps you with the car? Who's your crew?
Johnny's a huge help. Like I said, he's just kind of like led the way with it. He just kind of tells me what to do, and I do it relatively what he says. I mean, sometimes I stray away. I mean, Miguel, once again, big help, good mentor. Camel's huge help as well. I mean, these guys I've known since I've had the GTR. They kind of hated on me a little bit for having an all-wheel drive car, but like that's kind of why I had to get out of it. I was like, I want to get back into these races and these events, and it's not going to happen with that.
Yeah, talking to them about all-wheel drive and small tires, a can of worms. And
I know.
Yeah, I'm sure you know way more than I do. But yeah.
I was completely over it, and I was just like, I'm sick of watching these events. Like, so picked up that car, just kind of rock and rolled.
Yeah, when we changed our rules, John sent me a message. He's pretty much like, "Why you being a dick?"
That's 100% him on all-wheel drive, 100%.
I was like, what do you mean? He's like, "Fucking all-wheel drive and small tire."
I mean, when I was racing, Camel got a hold of me when we were doing the hard tire. He's like, "Dude, just come out here and win this." And I was like, "Are you sure?" He's like, "I promise you." And we went out there, and I mean, we won 4 events in a row with the hard tire, and then they changed rules. I mean, they should have. And I mean, it makes it much more fair now. But these hard tire guys nowadays are ripping down the track. So, I mean, I don't even know where I would be.
Dude, it's amazing. Again, last year and this year, the progression is just amazing. And hard tire, small tire, the whole stick shift, the whole scene, man, is and I think partially a lot of guys share a lot of data and a lot of knowledge with each other, where that used to not be a thing. Like everybody used to be very tight-lipped.
Right.
And I see a lot of people just sharing info a lot more freely these days, so which is good because it elevates everybody. And listen, nobody likes do you ever stand on your tippy toes yelling and screaming when you see somebody get half-tracked? Or are you doing that when it's a freaking fender race? You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think we all like tighter racing and more competition.
Yeah, I felt like every race was tight on Saturday too. It was a fun event. Not only that, I mean, the spectators just really showed out. When my wife got there at like 4:30, there was still a line across the street into the parking lot. So that was awesome.
Yeah, no, I had a couple of people who told me it took them like an hour and a half to get in. Yeah. So that was crazy. That's good. Anybody help you with the car? You got any sponsors or?
No sponsors. I mean, everything comes out of my pocket here. Like, just kind of self-made over here. Like I said, Johnny's big help, Camel, Ever, Miguel, like those guys are all like the people I consider I'm tight with in this community. I mean, they help me a ton. Now, given there's a ton of other people I bug all the time, like Capizzi, I talk to him, like all those guys. I mean, I'm just sitting here bugging them. I'm sure they're like, "Oh, great, Jeff again." But just, I'm just trying to figure this out.
No, listen, they were all that dude. They were all that dude too at one point. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're all good guys who understand those kinds of things and help people.
Yeah.
you know, John, if you can get past John's sunshine demeanor, he really is a good guy.
John has been
I think he
great.
likes to bark at people just to chase them away, but he is an awesome dude.
Yeah. Trust me, if I do something he doesn't like, he lets me know.
There's another dude that was doing really good, man. Brandon, he said solid win, dude.
Yeah, Brandon's a good buddy. He lives right next to me too. So I mean, that car was flying all day too.
Yeah, oh yeah, impressive. 45 minutes in line, yeah. I'm not sure what they could do with the way they have that gate. You know, I'm not sure what else they could do with the single deal there. There's not really much room to change things to get people in quicker.
I got there at 2. I got in at 2:30, and then I drew Miguel. I was like, shit, what do we do? I just kind of threw the laptop at John. I was like, what are we doing? He's just like, dude, you show up 10 minutes before we're racing. I'm like, my bad. Like, I got 3 kids I got to bring in a wife. It's tough.
Oh, yeah. So what's next? You got your eyes on any other races?
Yeah, I mean, the next race is there's a local guy. His name's UCM Joe. He puts on a race at Lapeer, and it's a back half race at Lapeer that a lot of the local Michigan guys will be at. And then after that, I haven't even looked. It was going to be a busy April. Like every weekend we were doing something. And so I was just kind of trying to get through it. And we ended up hurting the car on the last pass. So just trying to get it ready for Saturday and go from there.
Nice. If anybody that's watching has never been to Lapeer, it is one of the coolest atmospheres a track could have. You know,
Right.
You just pull in, and the whole thing is just nothing but shipping containers. And they have some weird stuff going on that's kind of stalled this construction progress, but they're going to turn eventually, once they get done arguing with the zoning board or whatever, they're going to start cutting these shipping containers, open them, and turn them into VIP suites. But they literally, I think they probably go all the way to the 8th on the left-hand lane.
Pretty close. And this event will actually be run, it's going to be run from the 8th to the end. So we're going to be starting at mid-track. So it's kind of unique. It's nice.
Yeah. I haven't been up there for one of those. What was up there last year for the April Fool's race?
Yeah,
and,
that was slick. That was a.
It was water only burnout, and then the burnout box was iced over.
It was ice when we got there. I had the GTR back then, and I couldn't even make A to B pass back then.
It was a nutty deal, but I mean, there were still some fast passes. All things considered, man, I was impressed with some of the passes that were made that day. But that is an awesome track. I hope that they get all their zoning crap sorted out, and I'd love to see that place open up as intended. They have, is it 3 containers high, I believe?
Oh, they have like that container bridge. So when you drive under the starting line, it's kind of like that bridge. It's got to be like 2 or 3 high.
I believe it's 3 high, and on top of the 3rd one, you can go up there and there's a handrail around it, so you get a real bird's eye view. And I mean, like I said, if you've never been to Lapeer, I suggest you go as a spectator or a racer, whichever. It is a very cool track.
Yeah,
great people.
Yeah, it'll be a good time this Saturday, that's for sure, as long as the weather holds out. So, I mean, we're just waiting for this stuff to change. I mean, I couldn't believe it was 40 degrees on Saturday. Whole week it says to be like mid-50s. Show up. I actually left my house and it was snowing. I wasn't even going to go. I was like, screw this. It's snowing here.
Yeah, see, I had a whole bunch of people tell me the same thing. I never saw any snow the whole way up.
No.
Or anything, but it definitely was, definitely could have been 10 degrees warmer. Or just get rid of the wind and let the sun come out.
Yeah, for sure.
But
by the end of the night, I was freezing. Like, I walked up to Chris. I was like, when are you ready? He's like, dude, as soon as you are. I'm like, all right, let's get this done.
Yeah, it was a great time. You do any front side stuff? You got any plans for front side stuff, or you sticking mostly back half?
we will race anywhere. Like we'll just race anywhere. We're just looking to go out, have fun, get as much data as we can. Like I said, Edgewater, Cincy Street Nights has that little gangster class, which is like the 530 index, which was kind of nice. And so we'll probably be doing that so I can stay away from like the faster guys. Because that track is wicked fast.
Yeah, if small tire there, yeah, I've seen some time slips, and yeah, they fly.
Right. So the addition of the little gangster was nice.
But yeah, that's another amazing facility. I love that place.
Yeah,
great
my
facility.
kids love it there, so it's cool taking the family down there.
Yeah, it is. I love being at the starting line about sunset because it just goes right over the hill there, and it's just always such a great view.
You legit have to have sunglasses when they start that because I mean the sun is legit right in your eyes the entire time.
Right. Oh yeah. It is picturesque, but problematic to boot for a racer, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, cool, man.
Yeah.
I think
so. Like I said, we'll be at Lapeer Saturday. I mean, and just kind of go from there. Hopefully, I'm back here again sometime soon. That's the goal, is to keep this up.
I think next one's May 18th. So.
Yep.
We'll see you up
Mylan's
there.
doing front side no prep on Fridays before pouring and prep backside, so that'll be a fun weekend.
Yeah, no, I'm excited about that. It's gonna be a good time. I'm gonna come up and hang out for both days. I'm just gonna leave from work and come up and have some fun with everybody.
For sure.
So we appreciate you coming on, man. I don't know.
No problem.
Glenn
Glenn is next. Make sure you give him plenty of shit for his car not being a daily driver and puppy kicking the entire class. No, I'm just joking. I love Glenn.
He's not in the lobby.
He's not?
Glenn, are you watching? What are you doing,
scared.
Bro?
He doesn't want to get harassed.
Man. I know Glenn ain't scared.
No, I mean, I was just talking to him earlier. I was giving him shit. I mean, the whole internet felt like it exploded when he won.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how it always goes when there's a winner that's whatever.
Fast.
But listen, if it fits, it ships. If it fits the rules, there's nothing else to be said about it.
Right.
In my world, then I would just look at what he does and emulate that to be more competitive next time if I was somebody who didn't like it.
Yeah, personally. I mean, like you said, his car fits. I mean, Jude posted a video driving it to work this morning. So, I mean, I don't know how you argue with it.
Yeah. So, all right, sir. Thank you for coming on. Congratulations again on the win. And I
appreciate it.
We'll see you soon.
Yep.
So we had Glenn scheduled next, but yeah, you do. But listen, PYOP has bleachers at the back side of the track, so you still can come down there. You don't need a golf cart. You can still come down there, or I guess go up there rather. They have bleachers at the back end of the track. Excuse me. So we'll see. I'm not sure what's going on with Glenn, but we got. We'll just skip over him for now, and we got Slow Joe in the queue, our hard tire winner. Look at this. I go ahead. Glenn popped up.
Oh, just in time.
Just in time.
Put him on.
So
put him on there.
What's up, buddy?
What's going on?
So you drove the car to work today, huh?
I did. Yeah, I did. Everyone's saying that, saying all the daily driver stuff. I mean, I drive the car all around. I mean, I trailer it to a lot of my races, you know, but if the car breaks, how am I going to get it home? You know, am I going to be stuck there? You know?
No, I agree. I know some places want you to drive it to and from the track. I'm not really a fan of that because, yeah, you're taking it to the track and exactly.
something
What are you going to
happened.
do if it breaks down?
Right. I mean, I had a race last weekend, hurt the motor, and I had a short block donated to me by Joey, who won the buyback race with the orange Mustang, and he gave me a 6-liter, stock 6-liter. Me and my buddy Nick got it in finally at like 7 in the morning. Finally finished it, and I was literally 5 minutes almost late from being at that event at Milan on Saturday.
Joey is probably one of the most absolute awesome people on the planet.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Nobody loves racing. I think there's very few people who love racing more than Joey, and Joey loves helping other people race.
Right.
He's just an amazing, giving and caring person, and definitely we need more Joeys in the sport, man.
Yeah, he said, I'm giving you this motor so I can kick your ass. is what he said. So, yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. So for those that don't know, why don't you tell them who you are and tell them a little bit about the car.
Well, for who doesn't know me, my name's Glenn. I have a white box body notchback. We call it Vanilla Gorilla. It is a mostly street raced car. It's got a pretty good track record. I'm trying to do a lot more track stuff this year, though. See what the car will do. You know, try to do some event stuff. You know, maybe try to stay out of trouble. You know, stay more on the track. You know, it's a turbo LS. Right now, it's obviously stock bottom end now. But you know, it's got a glide, a factory 8.8, all factory suspension, as in like factory location suspension. Pump E85 full interior. Drive it wherever you want. You know, it's full on what I would call a street car. You know, so
and most importantly fits the rules of the class.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you've seen some of the other cars in there, it wasn't just mine that was like that. You know, I mean, some people are, you know, talking about daily drivers. I mean, no offense to my buddy, but his son has an exhaust hanging out the side of it, and the radiator's in the bed. You know, I mean, that's, you know, that's in the same boat as me. Oh, see, there we go. There we go. So,
I mean, I daily that. The hell with it. We're from Ohio. We daily shit like that all the time.
Right. So, I mean, there was, you know, quite a bit of cars that were, you know, in that same category, I would say. I mean, I may have mine figured out, you know, maybe a lot better than most or whatever, but I fit the rules. So I don't see it being that much of an issue. I didn't think it was going to be as big of an issue as it really was. And to be honest, I thought there was going to be more people in that class. There was, I think, 16 or so people in the class, but I thought there would have been more cars that were like mine in that class, because the past two events that I went to have been like a daily or a true street, and there's been a lot of hard competition. So I went to Cincy Street Nights and did the event for 2 days, Friday and Saturday, and I got to the semifinals in like the daily true street, and then the finals the next day in the daily true street. You know, so I mean, there were faster cars than me, and there was a lot of fast cars there. You know, so I was expecting it to be similar at Milan, which there was probably about half of them were about, you know, similar to what my car was, I guess. And then the other half were your, you know, newer Mustangs, a newer F-150. I'm trying to think what else. There was even like a 2012 Tahoe or something in there, man.
Like bone stock, barely do burnout.
Right. So
having fun though.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly. That's what it's all about. And I mean, the race was only $50. You know, it was $50 a person. It wasn't like it was some big money thing where it was like should have been like a big deal. It's not like it was $200 or $300 buy-in, you know, where it was some big pot. It was just like kind of like a you're having fun kind of thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I think it just people took it a little too serious.
I mean, you know how it is. People get competitive and they'll search for anything sometimes.
Right.
But on that point, for $50, even if you go out first round, that's one thing that's great about Milan is you can get probably 4 or 5 more test passes and get data for next time.
Right.
Which is well worth that $50 in and of itself.
Yeah. So, like, first round, I couldn't get the car to do anything. Like, we went on the drive. It was like a 40-mile cruise, and I'd get into boost, and the car was just not going anywhere. So I was like, whoa, maybe the CO2 is off. So I turned the knob, and CO2 was on, and I'm like, something's wrong. Like, obviously, I know I got the car together last minute, but like something is not right because it's not making more than 6 pounds of boost. So first round, I go up. The guy, I believe he like blew the charge pipe off of the supercharger on his Mustang. And honestly, I got lucky because my pass was extremely slow. So, and I was like, wow, like I'm glad I got, you know, to the next round because I have to figure this car out. So I took it out. I took it out on the main road. You know, I told them, I was like, hey, is it okay if I just take off out of here? You know, and they said, yeah, you know, you obviously got your wristband. So I went and, you know, tried to go make some passes on the street, on the road, and try to figure out what's going on. And I couldn't figure it out at all. And I was like, it's got to be a wastegate, plumbing issue, something. And then I said, you know what? Whatever. I can't figure it out. I'm just going to wing it. We're going to just keep going. So second round, I actually ended up racing the guy that I was parked next to. He had a twin turbo Trans Am, twin turbo LS Trans Am. And I was like, yeah, this guy's going to kick my ass. And we take off. He's a half a car ahead of me. And then something happened to his car. And then he had to pull off to the side, and I still made my pass. And I was like, all right, well, this is obviously in my favor, you know, so I'm going to obviously try to continue to figure out what the problem is. So I got the car back, pulled the exhaust off the car, and when it made a rip with no exhaust on it, instantly car had all of its power back. So put the exhaust back on. I cut the muffler off at the axle. The muffler was plugged up, completely plugged up. So it had crazy amount of back pressure. So I cut the muffler off at the rear axle, and I just tied a string up to hold the exhaust up from dragging on the ground. And luckily, I got a bye run into the finals, so I made my test hit into the finals. The car had all the power. I said, great. The car is working like it should. I should have no problems, you know? So, and then I ended up racing my buddy Tom in the finals. And he's like, oh, you want to split? I'm like, man, I mean, I don't care, you know? I mean, whatever. So that way we both obviously made it to the finals, you know? So, I mean, that we worked for it, you know?
Right.
So I was like, yeah, that's fine with me. We'll do that. And I was kind of worried because he added some more fuel to his car, and turned it up a little bit. And I was like, I'm not really good at miling surface. I guess we'll see what it does. And I was a little bit worried, but I pulled it off. So it was pretty good.
So really no feedback on the surface, which was one of my questions, considering all the issues you had until the finals there.
Yeah.
But so how did you view the surface at that point when you were able to make a good pass?
Once it made a good pass, I was like, man, I wish it did this before so I could have had more data to go even faster to see how it really would have took it.
Yeah.
Because the car is a completely new combo. Like, I've changed everything on it: engine, cam, turbo, front suspension, rear suspension, converter. Like, the car is completely different from what it was last year. And then trying to learn a new setup that you have no idea about is really tough, because at the beginning of the year I lost all my races because I was slowly putting in power, making suspension adjustments, changing the boost ramp. And I do all like my own, tune-ups. Like, I'll change my boost ramp myself, how fast I bring it in, or how much boost or how much power, whatever, so trying to figure out what's going to work and what's not going to work, on a new setup is pretty difficult, but I got the hang of it for the most part now.
Nice. So how many races do you have on the car since this year, I guess, since the rebuild?
Like at the track or just in general?
In general, I know you live in the streets.
Yeah, I'd say probably 25, 30, something like that already this year.
So you're pretty far along. How do you feel? Because I know you're in the street more than anything else. How do you feel like Milan compares to some of those streets I see you on? Some of those better streets I see you on. This weekend being as cold as it was.
Well, since I really only got one decent pass out of it, I'd say it's really hard to tell. Obviously at the end of the night it was cold. I'd say the surface probably wasn't the best because it was cold. I'm sure earlier in the day it was a lot better, but I wasn't actually able to do anything on it, to make any pass. I was making 6 pounds of boost and the car was literally extremely slow.
Yeah.
So, and honestly, I don't even know how I got as far as I did, but luckily, it worked out.
Sometimes you're the windshield, sometimes you're the mosquito.
Yep.
So it's probably going to be pretty difficult from here on out.
Yeah.
If you play that by the odds.
Right.
So who helps you with the car?
So my buddy Nick and Jordan, they have a shop. They do all like my fab work and stuff like that. They help me out quite a bit. My buddy Tom helps me out. My buddy Zach. So they're my main 4 that are usually there. My buddy Sean. So they're usually the main ones that are there to, I guess, help me with the car, get it ready. There for like most of the races and everything like that. So trying to help me with whatever's going on with it, if I got issues or, all
And do you have any support, any sponsors or anybody that helps you out with the car, the build?
Yeah. So, Rocket Prep, they sponsor me. They're always sending me prep and everything like that. That's who I go with, when it comes to that. And then, Full Throttle Speed, they tune the car. They're in Fraser. Steve has helped me tremendously with all of the issues I've ever had. Super conservative tunes. I've never really had any issues with anything on the car. Last year, I mean, that car went through hell. I put a whole season on it without it breaking once. You know, I mean, he's really good with his tuning. And then Damn Race Cars and Taylor, Nick and Jordan, they built the turbo kit for me on the car. They did the floor work in the back, you know, because I went with a wider wheel in the rear. Did all the tin work in the trunk and everything like that. Mounted the fuel cell back there and everything. So they've done, you know, all the fab work on the car for the most part. So yeah, that's basically who has helped me on my work. Alex's Automotive. He's been a huge help with the car and everything like that. So yeah, so that's basically it for, you know, sponsorship and stuff. So,
Nice.
yeah.
And where you racing next?
We're going to Lapeer. Same thing with Jeff. We're going to Joe's no prep event, and we'll see how the car does there. Yeah.
And
that track's pretty good. I like Lapeer a lot. I like Joe's events. You know, it's they're a little bit smaller, but the car count's good. A lot of good people. So, you know, I'm excited for that. Hopefully it doesn't rain, because I checked the weather in Lapeer for Saturday, and it's showing some rain. But I hope that changes.
Yeah, you guys are like us, man. Come Thursday, it'll be freaking 80 degrees and sunny.
I hope so. I really do. I really hope so.
I do too. I'm done with the cold. I'm ready for some. I'm ready for some good racing.
Yeah, I was out racing in the cold. I was racing 2 months ago in 30-degree weather. You know, out testing the car, and I'm like, if it works out here in the cold, you know, I know it's going to work when it's 80 out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So.
Oh no, yeah. If any of you guys don't follow him, you should, because yeah, he's always out there doing something. He's not one of the guys that is only making street passes once or twice a year. There's always some good videos to watch.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm just out there trying to have fun. I race anybody, you know. I mean, I don't care if the guy's got a way faster car than me or anything like that. I mean, I'm just out there to have fun. We got to go down the same road, you know, and do the same thing.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. No. Well, we appreciate guys like you, man, because you keep it exciting and fresh, and that's what we need more of. We need more of that. And you know, everything I see that I've seen from you is, you know, just positive. Nothing, no extra bullshit. Just out there having fun and living your best racer life. And we definitely need more of that too.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, you know, like Detroit Battery, you know, he's helped me along the way, you know, big time with the car. He originally gave me a regular standard battery for the car, and then we upgraded to the new lithium battery that he just came out with. So he's got, you know, he's selling those now, and we got that in the car. You know, it weighs like literally probably like 1 pound. You know, it's super light. You know, and it seems like a lot of the race guys are starting to switch over to the, you know, the lithium batteries and everything like that. So.
Is that a 12 or 16 volt?
It's a 12. It's a 12 volt, and it's super small. It's probably like 6-7 inches long. It's super tiny, and it's got a button on top of it. Like if the battery dies, it's kind of like a jump system. You know, you just press it and it gives it enough juice to start the car. So it's
Nice.
got some pretty cool features.
Built-in jump pack.
Yep, basically. It even has an app on your phone that you can download, and it tells you, you know, battery life and all that stuff. It's pretty crazy, man.
That's pretty badass. I see people posting about him. I haven't done any research. I'm gonna have to give him a holler.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
Quick,
he's definitely helped out the racing community a lot.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Any last minute shout outs or anything you want last minute?
No,
whatever.
that's basically it, you know. So I appreciate you guys having me on here, you know, talking about you know, pour your own puddle race and everything like that. I say that you did a great job, you know, handling the whole light situation and everything like that. It blinded the hell out of me at night, though. I'll tell you that. Like, once it was nighttime and that big ass green light flashed in the face, it took me a second to take off from it because I was like, "Oh shit!" And I let off, you know.
Oh yeah, man. No, you won't.
You ain't missing that.
See that bad boy.
Yeah, you ain't missing that light. That's for sure.
Well, good. I'm glad you liked it, and I appreciate the feedback, man. Because we're always, well, just like a race car, always trying to fine tune everything and make micro adjustments to make it the best experience possible for everybody else.
Right. I get you. So, all right. Well, I will let you guys go.
I wish Glenn Ward could be my stepdad.
Oh my God. Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good one.
All right, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
Have a good night.
I'll see you soon.
All right.
Appreciate you. Bye.
You guys are right.
Mr. Munson, thanks for having Hard Tire on the show. Yes, sir. Well, that was one thing I wanted to do different than I haven't done before, is to get all the winners on here, you know, and give everybody a little 20 minutes to tell their story and talk about the race and their vehicles and stuff. So I think I like this format better so far. I feel like giving everybody out there, giving the racers who've won the races, the opportunity to share who they are with everybody a little bit more, is a good format. And, you know, that was kind of what we started our whole platform on. And I got away from that a little bit. And, I definitely, like I told you guys, I was coming back to stuff like this, and this is part of it. So yeah, man, we're happy to have my man Joe on here. Listen, probably one of the most social media abused by his spouse people on Facebook. Some nights I cry myself to sleep for you, brother. I just want you to know that.
He's great, though.
Listen, Joe and Jenna are great. I love your guys' posts. I love bullshitting with you guys. I love seeing you guys at the track. Always a great time, always good spirits. And absolutely, again, you know, what racing should be about, in my opinion, man. Working hard, having fun, and enjoying each other. So those of you who do not know Joe, I will shut up and let him tell you who he is, where he's from, and a little bit about his truck.
I'm Joe Davis. I'm from Michigan. I drive Hard Tire Hack Job S10. Built the truck to be a bracket truck a while back and fell in love with the PYOP no prep game, and just watching actually Munson's at Onondaga, and fell in love with the hard tire class, and ended up taking a whole year to build the truck to be a hard tire car. And it might not have been super competitive at first, but it came around with help from them and so many other people. but it's been a long journey for sure.
How many seasons is this for you in hard tire now?
This is only my second year in no prep, so second year in hard tire. Before that, it was bracket racing. But so I'm still learning and getting the gist of everything and trying to stay out of everybody's way that's been in it for a while. But seems to be we're doing pretty good from all the help and support that we have got from all the local people. It's awesome up here. We all love to have fun. So
Yeah.
help each other
So
out.
what platform is your truck?
Well, it's S10 GMC Sonoma. So I this winter changed from leaf springs to 4-link, which people thought I was crazy, but I just felt like it needed a little more tunability for the hard tire. You know, arguably the S10 has one of the best leaf springs rear suspensions out there. So it really took me a minute to make that decision, but it seems to be really working good for us now. The first race wasn't super good, but Milan went great, even for as cold as the track was. But
Well, I'm sure you can always ask anybody. I'm sure any racer would be more than happy to take a picture with you. So walk us through the day. You know, first round was kind of.
I was really worried because it was cold, and the way Ubli went the week before, Ubli did not go good for us. Everything we had set up on the rear suspension wasn't liking the way I have the truck, so we had to burn out the whole 8th mile. I couldn't even get into the gas pedal. So I took all week studying 4-link bar angles, anti-squat, instant centers, trying to think about what my truck would like, and came up with some crazy ideas, and ended up doing, I don't have much place to test on a dirt road, so doing hole shots out of the barn with the GoPro underneath the rear suspension just to see how it would react. And just a quick hit just to see what it would do, and got it to where it felt like it would go, and then went out and, it's street legal, so I can go take a street, shakedown pass, but I can't piss off the neighbors too much. I can't abuse it. So went out and made a good straight pass, put it in the trailer. And I was pretty confident for Milan. I love Milan's backside. I feel like the truck is great on a backside track. It really gets down. And Detroithoodtv PYOP events are always one of my favorite events. They run so smooth. The track usually comes around so fast, but it was so cold that right about the 3:30 mark was giving us problems every round, even though we still laid down a personal best first round and improved from there. Ended up pulling a little power, to compensate mid-track, and the starting line came around really fast. I mean, she took off quick, and I kind of eased out of it, and then poured it to it, and it did the trick for us. There was another couple fast hard tire cars there that, concerned me, but at the end of the day, we got the job done. So
I don't think there was any slow cars there.
yeah, there really was.
Outside of the bone stock Tahoe. I mean, but they were just there having fun, living their best life for $50 going down the track.
Which is what it's all about. Yeah.
I mean, going in, if you're that guy, you got zero chance of winning. You got snowball's chance in hell of winning, rather. But listen, then you get to make passes all day down the track, and whether you're making a 20-second pass or freaking 5-second pass is always a good time going down the track.
I bet he was smiling the whole way down,
Yeah.
I always am, no matter what, win or lose. So,
yeah.
But it was a good time. The track temps made it iffy, and then the air was super, super good. So that made it challenging for tuning. That was actually the first time I think the air's been that good, and it really took a lot, to think about what to do to tame the truck down. But in the end of the day, we got it done. So me and the help of my crew, of course, they're what makes the team really.
And who is your crew?
Well, first and foremost, of course, the wife. You gotta have her first, and my daughter helps out a lot too on the line. I got Tim Hubbard, who is my main line man, who always puts me in the best spot, helps out, does whatever he can. Of course, we got Matt and Erica Munson in the Militant Nova. They are awesome people. They would help anybody out if you ask them. Like, we need more people like them and all this whole crew. I mean, up here it's just like a big family. I mean, we got Phil West, we got Jasper and the whole Second Tight Turn and Burn crew. I mean, Jacob, Bobby, Bill Steele. We got Joey, of course, who we travel with a lot. I mean, all these guys we travel with. Chuck B. Humble, his energy he brings to racing is just, it's unmatched. You got Dave with 660 TV. All these guys behind you, cheering you on. Go back and watch the videos, and you just smile ear to ear to hear all that support. You don't get the stink eye from Erica. You try not to. But it's everybody up here loves. We just love to have fun. We always have each other's backs, and that's what really put us in the position we're in now. Is the whole crew and support that we have up here. It's cool. It's definitely cool to have a good race family like that.
I agree. That's one of the things I'm very fond of in Michigan, man, is the competitive tightness. So many of you guys are in the same class, but you'll help a competitor with their vehicles if it was your own. You'll help. I see so many times people will help tune cars or make suggestions for that car to beat their car. You make sure that they're just going to make the best path they possibly can down the track and have the most fun.
And you hear Munson's there, Matt cheering me on in the finals. You can just hear him yelling, and that's awesome to hear just that support behind you. So it's cool. It definitely is. Especially being so new to the game, it's a great feeling.
No, I agree, and that's one thing. I think that's one thing. Everybody can elevate together, and I think a lot of people don't understand that. And you can still be friends even if you line up and somebody loses. Somebody's always got to lose a race, right? You can still be friends after, and then, hey, man, if you and I race and you win, I know that you would help me figure out how to beat you next time, or vice versa.
Yeah, normally we park our cars and we run up to the line to help the other guy out for the rest of the race, the other teams. It's just a big pile of support behind you, and it's awesome. And I mean, even out of state, maybe Kentucky and everywhere we go, it's cool to see just everybody come together and get along in the racing community. The whole world was like that, sometimes.
I agree. And,
sure.
And yeah, I agree, Dominic. It's better, everybody likes closer, better racing. And listen, if you're a true friend to somebody, you want them to do their absolute best no matter what, even if that includes beating you. But on the other end of that also means that's going to help you elevate as well. There's no loser in a situation like that if you're always helping each other level up. I wish there was a lot more of that thinking and community in Ohio. I'll just keep it real. There are a few small groups that are that way, but it just is not that way here. And it's unfortunate because we have a lot of great racers also. And if they all would come together in a similar fashion, it would be, they would all just benefit from one another. But they take more of the competitive or, more of the me / it's all about competition viewpoint than we all win viewpoint, sadly.
And
Not
maybe
everybody.
it's because,
Don't be in my DMs.
maybe it's
Not
because
everybody.
we don't have the $40,000 pots to fight over, but we still want to win the money, but we all get along in the end of the line. So, but
Yeah. So, who's helped you? You built the car, right?
I built it with a lot of parts from a lot of awesome companies. Don't really have any sponsors, but all these companies that, if you send them messages, they help you. I have emails trying to get the right shots. So basically, stripper glitter we use for our prep. They're awesome. I've tried a couple different ones. Seems that one works. You don't have to get a different one for hot or cold. I got a lot of trick chassis parts, Viking springs through them, and a bunch of actual in-house parts for front suspension. I just put the Tin Soldiers 4-link on, so they've helped out quite a bit. Randy Stevens, Affordable Doors. There's a lot of places and companies that have helped out and just supported us along the way. And it's just, that's what puts us where we're at and makes us who we are. In the bottom of the line, it's still our money going into it, but just the support helps drive you and get you to the end of the line,
Absolutely. Well, you need knowledge. Just because you buy the part, you need the support and the knowledge from the manufacturers to help you use it properly. And you're right, Sean. Hard tire, a lot of the hard tire peeps here are pretty tight and help each other, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. Here, look, Sean's a local guy, Ohio, and
there's a bunch of them from Ohio, from Indiana, Kentucky that are awesome. And you got like the Richards family. They're all cool, all of them. You got that Mike Eds, he's awesome. You got Gary Miller, who is a riot. Everybody knows True. He's set the bar for hard tire, of course. So there's just so many, and everybody, all of them are cool. Everybody talks and would help each other out. It's just, I don't know why it's such a cool class, but it's awesome. So it's definitely going to be bigger this year with a lot more people. So I'm interested to see how big it actually is at War in the Woods this year. I think it's going to be huge.
Yeah. How many was it last time? How many was it War in the Woods last time?
Shoot, I can't remember. 30-something or.
Yeah, it was 30-something. How many was it uncaged last time?
There was a lot at Uncaged. There was a ton at Uncaged too.
41.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think there was more at Uncaged than War in the Woods.
Yeah,
34 at War in the Woods. 34 at War in the Woods, Jenna says.
Which I really, last year Jeff and I are great friends, and I just jokingly created a rivalry with him to see who could get the best. But yeah, it was 40 or 42. You're right. It was 42 hard tire.
42.
We're gonna try and make it higher. I would like. It'd be great if 51 showed up this year. I'm working on some cool stuff with some sponsors for the class. So yeah.
There's a lot of big events this year. A lot of cool ones. Next weekend we plan on going to the Purge where we won last year. So we're defending. So hoping the weather holds out. It's not looking the best, but it's looking like maybe. So, I mean, it's a 5-hour drive for us, but we still want to go. We ain't got the truck totally dialed in, but we're gonna take her there and send her down the track and see what we can do.
Oh, I think it was dialed in pretty good there.
We gotta tame that front down a little bit, and
I don't know.
but
Didn't seem to hurt anything.
no, it definitely liked
Put
it.
all the weight on the back tires.
So about mid-track every pass, it didn't want to stick, so we compensated on the final tune and final couple tunes. And if I didn't throw a belt, it seems like I threw a belt 2 out of my 4 passes. I had to throw my 4-ways on and call Tim, tell him, hey, my belt's on the track. So we got that. We're gonna figure that out. We got a lot of stuff coming to make us more competitive on a front side. Right now, I feel like we're really good on a backside, but front side, we got some stuff coming. I'm waiting for, but we'll get there. We'll get there.
Dominic's wondering why the bigger wheel in the rear can help. Seems to help in hard tire. Can you explain?
Sidewall. The best hint is the sidewall. I was trying something new because PYOP allows 200 tread wear, so actually that might have been a 200 tread wear tire that I was on. So I usually am on a 500 tread wear and do really good on them. I bought these tires just for Detroithood TV events last year. The last 2 events were canceled, rained out, or too cold, so I never got to use them. But 200 tread wear, it seemed to run just about as fast as the 500s did, but the theory is less sidewall, less flex in the bottom of the tire, which touches the pavement. So that's about it. But really, it's about what your car likes best, because I almost think my truck likes the sidewall. But I still got to test some things out this year and see. But it's really about what your car likes. You know, some people might run fast on that, but you might run better with a 15-inch rim, with a Cooper Cobra or Firestone or whatever, a Turo, whatever everybody's using. So it just depends on your setup.
While we're speaking of tread wear, this year, I don't even care. Run a 200 or 400. I'm so tired of trying to keep up with the other events, and some of them are 400, some of them are 200.
200 to 220 is a huge difference. I'm just going to say that. I liked it. I love 200 because I love to go fast, but 200 to 220 is a huge difference in compounds. So but we all like to go fast, so that would let us go faster. So, I mean, if everybody was on one, it would be fair. So it's just,
well, you can have either one. Maybe a 400 works better for somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and I almost feel like maybe mine does. We'll find out.
Maybe it doesn't. Or like Sean, doesn't matter. Probably does. You know, I'm gonna take that comment as you can do the same either way.
I think almost. I mean, they're really close.
Yeah. So that was one thing we changed for this year. Just you know, nix all that confusion and all that stuff. If you have 400s and you like them, run them. If you got 200s and you like them, run them. I hate rules. I hate blah, blah, blah.
I mean, a hard tire is a hard tire. If it has tread on it, it's not a slick, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah, 200 is really pushing a hard tire. Yeah.
Really is.
It is.
I would be happy with an all-around 400 rule, but I'm gonna run whatever anybody wants to run. I just bought another set of tires, and boom, they paid for themselves. So, I mean, it was worth it. So take the jump, try something new, and I don't know. But I do love my 500 treadwear tires. I really do. So
Yeah, it seems like every year I try to follow what's trending in hard tires as far as 200 or 400, and it's changed every year over the last 3 years. Inevitably, I have people show up to the race on the wrong tire. Now I just, whatever, come on, come on, whatever. I don't think it matters. You know what I mean? I think it's kind of like preps. You use brand A versus brand B, you're just going to figure out how to tune your car to that particular prep to do well eventually. So, and at the end of the day, the surface only holds so much. I think we about covered it all. So what do you think about GORT?
I think it was all right. It was bright at night, but it made it so you could see it good in the day. Takes out, I'm partial to Chuck, but it takes out any guesswork if somebody's head's turned sideways. And I mean, the world we live in now, taking out any guesswork or any consistencies, that's where we need to be. So, especially when you guys are small tires competing for 20, 30, $40,000 pots or more, like getting rid of any inconsistencies, you're on the right track, I think. So I like it.
Yeah, that was kind of the goal, just to get
The little win lights there are nice too.
The tells, I've heard everything. You see so-and-so's shoulder twitch, or they're freaking or as they're coming up in the third step back and halfway up with the light, or I've heard it all from everybody. So that was one of the things I just wanted to kind of eliminate and make it more challenging. And I think it did. Like I said, man, I had a whole lot of people jump, a whole lot of people jump. There was probably 6 or 7 jumps. And there was one race where they both jumped. Like they were almost, their front bumper was almost the GORT before I even hit the light. I hit the light because you still have to hit the light, but I was like, all right, then.
I'm still super gun shy from my close controversial purge race that was so close. Like, I feel bad for putting Limpy in that spot, but it was super close, depending on what camera you looked at. I thank Ryan Betts for being such a good sport during that whole thing too. Like, it was good, but so I was just waiting, to make sure that light was on before I let go of the button. But I think it worked out good. I liked it. And the Detroit Milan backside is always one of my favorite places to race at too. So having GORT there was definitely a cool race.
Yeah, I was happy that.
And then win on 420, Jasper would be proud. So.
Oh yeah. Did you pick anything up, Erica? Do I have any tells? Oh, I don't think I did. I think it was pretty.
Camera's like gray and black and white here.
I think it was pretty good. Well, good deal, brother. It's always good to see you. Got Joey in the queue now. I think he's on his way home from work. He said he was working late. So bring him on and talk about second chance race and all that jazz.
Well, thanks for having me on.
You're going to Purge next week.
Yeah, I'm going to Purge. Really hoping the weather holds out. We're watching it close because 5 hours is, it's 60% chance thunderstorms. It's a hard drive to make, But
yeah.
Try it. That's where I want to be. So I haven't been to Lapeer yet, but I'd like to get to Lapeer and try it out once, twice this year. I will for sure, but this weekend's going to be Purge, and then the butt naked fresh concrete at US 60 afterwards. That has me really excited. So that's the next couple weeks planned. So appreciate having me on.
No, thanks for coming on, man. Again, congratulations, and we'll see you soon, brother. Thank you.
Sure.
What's up, homie?
What's up?
Were you on your way home from work?
Yeah, we stopped at the gas station.
Oh, so Joey won second chance small tire. So Joey, for the people who aren't familiar with you, why don't you tell them who you are and where you're from, and tell them a little bit about the car.
I'm Joey LaRoque. I'm from Michigan. I got a Fox body with a LS in it, and we got her working pretty good this weekend.
So, what do you think about the track? What do you think about the surface?
It looks sketchy at first. It's always a lane game, it seems like there, but it comes around really good. My car seemed to work really well on it. I mean, so
Both lanes. It looked like it was flying both lanes.
yeah, it worked good in both lanes.
I know everybody always says things about the left lane, but what's up, buddy? I don't know. I don't see it.
No, it worked great in the left lane. I didn't have any issues in the left lane.
Yeah, congratulations here. So who so you were there with both cars, with Trick or Treat and the Mustang.
Yeah, Dan was driving Trick or Treat, and I was driving the Mustang. Dan's car wasn't quite together yet and ready, so I figured I'd let him have some fun and at least use one of mine.
Which that's one of the things we were talking about earlier, man, is like you're one of the, you're one of the most awesome racers out there. You help so many people out, and you're so giving and caring, and you're just all about it. Like Glenn was just telling us about the motor, and I see all the posts or hear all the people that you help, and
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah, it goes around, comes around, man. You guys took me in the same way, and I would want to do that for anybody else. I mean, everybody treats us like family up here, and we love it. I mean, win or lose, it's a good time either way.
Yeah, so I just want to tell you, I know everybody else does, but I just outsider looking in, man, how much I appreciate seeing people like you in the world still, man, because we need more of that for sure.
Well, we appreciate it too.
That's what we're supposed to do, is help each other and take care of each other. Because at the end of the day, all the money and all the blah and blah, all the material stuff don't mean nothing. All we really have is each other, man.
Right. Yeah. Can't take it with you.
Nope, you can't. You can't.
Yep. Oh, I mean, we're pretty blessed. I have a few cars, so I mean, my dad started a business, and it runs pretty good. So I mean, if I am blessed, I would like to bless everybody else as much as I am. So.
Nope. That's awesome, brother.
But yeah, other than that, the car was running great. I mean, it was all new combo. We come off the trailer. It was absolutely amazing. I couldn't believe the first pass, and it ran great the whole day. We had one little glitch when I raced Everett, about half track. My trans brake engaged, and it reset my tune, set me back down to like 7 pounds of boost. So my car kind of just like nosed right over half track. So, but we got it back working now, and my phone's about to die. I don't know if I'm gonna get charged or not in time. So, but if it does, I'm out. But we're trying to get charger right now. So,
no worries, brother. So we'll make it quick. Who helps you with the car?
Salinas Motorsports, Hitman's Trans, and us. Basically. Yep.
And that might have been it. or do we hit a dead spot? We'll hang out for a second. Also, while we're waiting to see if he's just in a dead spot or if his phone died. Also, we'll, Mike wanted to thank everybody for coming out, spectators and racers. And he wanted to thank McCormick and 20 Past 4, his two main sponsors for this year. And then also I wanted to throw out, I was able to bring some stuff from Ignite, Race Fuels, and our main sponsor, which is our good friends over at Hot Shot Secrets. And we gave all the winners some prize packs, and we had some shirts and hats and stuff from both Ignite and Hot Shots to give away to everybody too. So we always appreciate all the people that support us, and I was happy to be able to share that with all of you guys this weekend as well. We found a cord.
What's up?
So we were talking about Selena's.
Yeah, Selena, Hitman, Trans. They do all the work on my car. I basically, if there's a motor swap or something like that, I try to do it myself. So they do all the custom fab, all the training work, all the tuning, wiring. They take care of me.
So
It might be glitching. I don't know.
Yeah, you must have hit a dead spot. So where's your next outing? Where are you racing at next?
Well, and then we're gonna go to War in the Woods. So, locked in the butt naked race though, so we might have to do.
Yeah, I'm real excited about the butt naked deal, man.
Yeah, we locked into that one a while ago. I'm not sure what car to take. Probably take the Mustang. So
yeah, it's gonna be tricky for sure.
yeah,
it's gonna be a tricky race for sure. I'm excited about that one. And I'm over
yeah,
here
that should
now.
be a good one. There's lots of people.
Yeah, it'd be a great time, man. It's all US 60. I love that track. It's gonna be a little bit weird, completely redone, but they've put a ton of money into that place, and they've given it the new life that it needs. You know what I mean? But so
We did pretty good there last year.
Yeah.
Even leaving a half track.
Yeah. I mean, they've put a lot of work into that place, man. It's good.
I seen some pictures of it this morning. It looked very pretty.
Oh yeah, all that new concrete and all the trees they took down last year and all the asphalt they put in, and it's a nice track. It's gonna be a real top-notch place, no doubt.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
Yeah. So, walk us through. So you went out in the main race and got in the second chance race. That was a 10-car field, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So walk us through your experience there.
It went pretty quick. I was just trying to run A to B's. The car had me so nervous from last year, everything always messing up, and it was all a new combo. I mean, I was just trying to do my thing, stay on the light, be calm. The car seemed to be working great, not spinning. I mean, I'm not even sure who I drew first round, to be honest. And then from there, I got Randy in that big truck. He's really fast, so I was really nervous about that one. And then we did good, so I got the right lane and went down smoothly. And then I got Brandon in the last pass, which, you know, I know that car's stupid fast too, but the car was working really great all night long, and, you know, it's probably really close to its personal best in the first outing. So
Nice. No, that is one thing, man. The cars seem to be a lot more consistent and a lot less bugs. You know, you
yeah,
seem to have been plagued with
Rike's
some
been
bugs.
hounding me about teaching me on the laptop, and Matt has been, and they've both been really helpful for me. Matt helps me out a lot on the laptop. Enrique does. As Joe said, Erica and Matt help us out all the time. Enrique does. They help us out all the time. I mean, like I said, they all really treat us just like family. So, and then, so the tuning has been learning the tuning. I don't care how fast your car is. I have to learn the tuning.
Well, yeah, because, you know, it changes every round, and the sun goes away and the temperature drops, and, you know,
Yeah,
there's always
I
constant
went
adjustment.
almost a tenth faster on the same tune-up at the end of the day as I did the beginning of the day.
Oh, yeah, that cold air was that turbo like that cold air.
My body didn't like it, but my car liked it.
And so any I know you talked about who helped you, but you got any sponsors or anybody you want to shout out or thank additionally?
I don't have any sponsors. There'd just be Enrique and them. They, like I said, anything I need, they more than willing to do anything that they can help me. So the only sponsor is my company. We Buy Your Junk. We own that company, and we support it with our business. So.
And what does We Buy Your Junk do?
We're scrap metal processors.
Nice.
What we do.
What's the coolest thing somebody's brought you in there? What's the coolest thing somebody's brought you in there to scrap?
We bought all the way to brand new cars. I bought a 2023 for scrap. So I mean, of course it was wrecked, but you know, we found grenades in cars. We found some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, we got shut down. We have one down here, man, and they only do alloys. They don't do any steel. They don't do cars. But man, I go there and find some of the coolest stuff. One time they had an F-16 fighter jet engine. It was the whole complete engine without the casing around it, and they just had it flopped out there on the ground, getting ready to assemble all the titanium and stainless and unobtainium and whatever else, you know. I know that might sound stupid.
Stuff.
I know that might sound stupid, but I like going to junkyards and seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, they got some crazy stuff at some junkyards.
Yeah, oh yeah, man, it's cool. That's a cool deal, man. That's a good deal.
Yep. That's why we was able to help Glenn, because we, had one in for, cost me pennies, and he needed it, and it was there, so.
Nice. No, that's awesome, man. It's always awesome to do if you can, for sure.
Yep.
What'd you think about the light?
I like it. I like the light. It's definitely easy to see. It's definitely bright. I mean, I don't even think I had to look over the last pass. I think I was looking straight forward and still see it.
Well, that was kind of my intent with it. You know what I mean? Like Truly Creasy with the Mustang sent a pic from Alabama when we used it. He had a GoPro inside his car, and it lit up the whole interior of his cabin.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I seriously don't think I even had to look over at you. I mean, once you pointed to me, I focused on forward, and I seen the light come on perfectly. So
that's what I was hoping for.
yep.
You know, that was one of the things I was hoping for, to make sure that it was
Well, and it's big, so if there's any question of if did somebody jump or didn't they jump, you definitely will see, you know, the light came on really bright, so you'll know.
yeah. Cool.
Yep, definitely a good deal.
Well, cool deal, brother. I'll let you drive. Any last minute shout outs or anything?
Nope. My beautiful wife, I love her.
What'd you say?
So, wife, I love her.
Yep, you got a good one, man, for sure.
She has to be
Well,
a deal
all
with
right,
me.
brother. Well, you know.
I'm getting close to home though, and I'm gonna lose signal. So you have a great
Yep.
night, and thank you guys for having us.
You too, man. It's always great talking to you, buddy. We'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Yep. You have a good one.
Bye. I was, but you know, I had a last minute audible. I had to flag a race. I had to flag PYOP. I'm bummed I missed it, man. You guys had a hell of a deal going on down there. I watched Bob's live feed as much as I could. I couldn't really watch it Saturday. I don't have any signal up there, but Friday, man, had some damn good racing. I saw the post. You guys gave away $73,000. What's the date in October? My October is wide open except for October 5th. Don't you say October 5th. Yeah, Bob had excellent service. His video was amazing. His live feed was on point. Okay, that I'm pretty sure. Look, this I don't live in the digital age. I don't care about it. Possibly. I do have one penciled in there, but I'll have to see. I'll have to see what's what. But oh, brother, they were flying. They were flying. Looked good. Looked fast. Looked fun. You guys did a hell of a job. Kept it moving. It was a great time. As far as I can see on the live feed, man. I was definitely bummed. Bummed in one respect, but happy in another, you know what I mean? It's just one of those deals. The dude's fast. That car is fast. He's hard to beat. He's very hard to beat. For sure. But I know what you got cooking, so I know stuff like that won't be happening much longer. You'll get it figured out. We got to oof. Man, that's a feat, because Phil is a tough customer, man. He's quick, and he's got the no prep thing down. Now, you know, he struggled there for a while, but last year, man, he really made some strides and some monster improvements. But yeah, no, I know you got a killer. You'll get her figured out. I got to come. So last week, doing dumbbell rows, not last 2 Fridays ago doing dumbbell rows. Apparently I pulled 2 ribs out of place. So I took all last week off. Today I went and did legs, and that went well. So tomorrow I'm going to go try and do biceps and triceps and see how that goes. But if I get held up, man, I gotta make my way down there. We got to do something in the next month or so. Well, it does, but I'll tell you what, I didn't know. I was talking about this earlier. I didn't know this, but I didn't know you could pop ribs out doing exercises. But my chiropractor put them right back in place. But I've been on this. I'll tell you what, I've gotten, and as far as all my curls go, I've completely moved away from dumbbells right now because they do not do anything for me. No matter how slow I go, how light or heavy I go, I cannot get them. I'm on cable machines with curls right now. Preacher, skull crushers, regular curls. I got this Troy bar. I'm sure you've seen it. It's got the swivel ends on it. Bro, that thing's been an absolute game changer for my biceps. I've had more growth in the last 2 months in biceps switching to cables than I've had in the last year and a half on dumbbells. It's ridiculous. I don't know why they just don't seem to want to grow. You know, I could do easy bar preacher with 120, 110 pounds, and it just does nothing. But I can do cable preachers now and just burns my freaking biceps down. Yeah, well, I'm getting ready to put a new program together, man. I'm gonna use the same program I'm doing now for the next 2 weeks, and I'm gonna put a new program together. I'll send it down to you and see what you think. If you got any adjustments or anything. There's things I could say about that I'll just have to say to you in private, because that thing, I've watched that video. That's insane. And I don't think any I don't think the over-the-counter supplements that I take will allow my body to endure that madness. Oh, Lord. But yeah, so it was a great time, man. Appreciate everybody that came out, and I'm glad everybody likes the tree. You know, we'll make some adjustments and refinements on it. I appreciate the feedback. I'm not trying to be a flagger for hire or anything like that. I literally went up there to help Mike out. So I don't know what the future holds there. I built that thing for OGR races or races that we were, partnered with or something. But I am happy that everybody enjoyed it, man, because it worked out great, I thought. And, we'll play one more video clip. Whole GORT in action. I'm going to get off here to bring it to the 3 gallons of water a day. My bladder is about ready to let loose in a chair. And my third little life was drain tube.
Right lane.
Oh, look at that wind light. I think that was one of the biggest hits. You definitely can see the light. You can't really guess me. And the lane wind lights. So no matter where you are on the track, even if you're all the way down a quarter mile away and you can't hear the announcer or see the flashlight, somebody's waving around, you can definitely see those freaking fire truck beacon lights mounted on the side of my tree. Absolutely, brother. Well, you know, Mike needed a hand, and you know, I always try to help everybody out the best I can. So I was honored that he trusted me to come out there and do that, and I had a great time, and I think everybody else did too. So hey, everybody have a great week, and I appreciate you, and we'll talk to you next Monday. I got to call you tomorrow. I still got to order some stuff. My life's been freaking chaos, man. I know yours has been too, but I got to call you tomorrow. All right, brother. All right, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.